that could now be a secret weapon for prosecutors.
KPIX 5's Kiet Do live at Stanford with details on this first plea deal. Kit?
Yes, that is 2 parents down, 48 more parents to go. You know, we talked with one former U.S. attorney who says that as more parents flip, plead guilty, start cooperating with the feds, the government's case continues to strengthen and build. Any other parents out there who are thinking about battling the government on their charges is going to have a much more difficult time winning their case and staying out of prison. But first, we're live here at Stanford to talk about the student whose billionaire family paid millions of dollars to get her into Stanford. Remember last month when prosecutors revealed some of the eye-popping bribes that were paid to the scandal's mastermind, Rick Singer?
Singer's clients paid him anywhere between $100,000 and $6.5 million.
Today, we're learning a bit more about that $6.5 million. The LA Times, quoting confidential sources, are reporting the multi-million-dollar bribe was paid for by a Chinese family based in Beijing for a student named UC Zhao, who also went by Molly. Sources tell the newspaper it was a Morgan Stanley financial advisor who introduced the Zhao family to Singer, who then targeted Stanford's sailing program. It's unclear who exactly the Stanford contact was, but the former Stanford sailing coach, John Vandemore, has pleaded guilty to racketeering. According to the report, Zhao was admitted Stanford in the spring of 2017. A university spokesperson would not confirm Zhao's status or identity, citing student privacy laws. But the Stanford Daily is reporting that Zhao was indeed the lone student who was expelled shortly after news broke of the scandal. No one in the billionaire Zhao family has been charged with any crimes. Stanford released a statement that says, in part, quote, "It's important to clarify that Stanford did not receive $6.5 million from Singer or from a student's family working with Singer. Stanford was not aware of this reported $6.5 million payment from the family to Singer until today's news reports." As for other Bay Area families, real estate tycoon Bruce Isackson faces up to 45 years in prison after pleading guilty to various fraud and money laundering conspiracy charges. His wife, Davina, also pleaded guilty and faces up to 20 years in prison. The couple from Hillsborough admitted to paying $600,000 to help their 2 daughters get into UCLA and USC through the test cheating scheme and the athletic recruitment scheme. Tony Brass, a former U.S. attorney, says since the Isaacsons quickly admitted guilt, showed remorse, and cooperated with investigators, they'll likely only serve a fraction of that time, about 2 to 3 years, in a minimum security prison.
Under the guidelines, it looks like they're looking at about 27 to 33 months. And if they are able to give the federal government real cooperation, they could cut that by as much as half. But, you know, it depends. If you consider justice the fact that they could bring other people to justice, well, then that's fair. But I do believe that they're looking at some sort of real punishment here.
And the Isaacsons are free until their sentencing on July 31st. We're live at Stanford University. Kiet Do, KPIX 5.